Welcome into Sports Den. I was told it was quick, and then I forgot, and I was looking at the floor. But here we are. We're back in the studio. Yeah, nothing down there. I'm JW Cox. I'm in the red room. Across the way, that's Rick Palermo. He's in the blue room.
What's up, J-Dubs?
It's good to see you again, man.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
Be in the exact same building. Be here with our great crew as well to bring you some live Sports Den. Even put on a tie. I've been doing these in quarter zips, Rick. I don't know if you've caught them all, but much more casual when you're doing from the basement.
Yep, had to dust off the coat today.
Absolutely. Yep. Dust it off, get all the lint gone, and we're back.
We're back.
We've had just as much sports, though. We've been covering a lot of sports, so we might as well dive right into the highlights. Let's do it. And let's start with high school girls hockey. We had the rivalries this week, and we will do that first with the cat clash of Blaine and Centennial. 6 wins in the first 7 games for Centennial. Bengals, they've won 5 of their first 7 coming into this cat clash. Centennial and Blaine, just 2 games separating these two teams over their last 12. Early in the first, late in the first actually, Summer Francis breakaway. Smooth breeze. Summer Francis gets it done. 1-0 out of the first period for the Cougars. We go on to the second. Got a second line out there. Lauren Parr makes her way around, beats the tender. It's 2-0 Cougars. Good start so far. All right, would we keep the trend of a goal per period? Maybe. Summer Francis trying to get the breakaway again, but Haley Hansen stands up tall right there. She was very good. Stopped 30 of 32 in this game. Just a sophomore. The problem? Well, good on one end, even better on the other for the Centennial Cougars. Caitlin Gress in net, looking for her third shutout. Plenty of saves, plenty of chances inside the final 7 minutes for the Bengals to get back within 1. And Gress and the Cougars would pitch that shutout and finish it up. 2-0, the final in the cat clash.
And that takes us to the Saturday matchup. Centennial coming off that 2-0 win over Blaine, hosting the Andover Huskies. Tough matchup. The #1 ranked team in the state of Minnesota. The Huskies look to remain undefeated. Let's go to the first period. Madison Brown, the sophomore, in the corner. Look at these dangles. Across the middle, backhand. Too easy. 1-0 Andover. Later on in the first, a rebound gets whipped around. Andover gets the board. There you go. Another backhanded goal for, this time, senior Peyton Hemp. And that doubles the lead. You know, she's going to the University of Minnesota. The commit has over 200 career points. Second period, that face-off, the goal was too fast. Ella Berger makes it 3-0, and twice as nice for Ella Berger. It's 4-0 in the first. Huskies down the ice. Grace tries to make the save. She does initially, but then another rebound goal. It's Kemp, Josie Kemp this time, 5-0. The Huskies would add 5 more goals, and they take down the Centennial Cougars 10-0 on Saturday of this week. Tough showing for Centennial. Nothing you could do against the best team in the state.
Andover is rolling over everyone, Rick. I mean, 10 goals is almost a win against that Husky team. They could easily be in double figures every game. They're 9-0 at the top of the Northwest Suburban Conference. Centennial 7-2 right there with Maple Grove. Blaine is 6-3, and then Anoka Spring Lake Park down there, a win and a tie in their first 9 games in girls hockey.
Take a look at the schedules this week. Blaine taking on Elk River Zimmerman, and then at Maple Grove. Centennial later this week at Coon Rapids, and then hosting Coon Rapids, then at Elk River. Anoka Spring Lake Park, the Co-op, Osseo and Park Center. That's on the 16th, and then the 19th at Rogers. It's coming up this week.
Plenty of good hockey on the girls' side. We had plenty of girls' hockey good hockey rather, on the boys' side as well yesterday. And our camera's getting out, covering more games than ever before with the setups that we've engineered here at North Metro TV. I say we like I had anything to do with it. I just show up and call the games.
We just show up in the box.
Yeah, we just show up in the box. It's like
it's already set up.
It's the day after Valentine's Day. We're like almost as good as chocolates, right? In the box.
That's a good one.
Right here. All right, let's go to that high school boys hockey and Centennial. You want a big win? How about the Centennial Cougars traveling to Coon Rapids? Cougars had 4 straight wins to start the season, then hit a skid with a tie and back-to-back losses before this matchup. Well, they cleared the mechanism, as it were, to go and get the big-time win here against the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Harper Searles made it 6-0 from Owen Van Tassel. We go into the second. It's already 9-0. Connor Thompson from A.J. Carls. And the lamp is burning out as the Cougars continue to light it up each and every time. It's 14-0. Ike Ankrum shoves it across to Cade Anderson and into the back of the net. They still weren't done. We'll be done with it, but they scored 19 goals in the game as you see the Cougars again with another score. And bada bing, bada boom.
You don't have to pass when you got a shot like that.
No, don't have to pass at all. 19-0. Get the shot on all the goals.
All right, the other side, the Blaine Bengals hosting Andover. Huskies 7-1. The boys team pretty darn good too. They're in second place in the Northwest Suburban. Blaine Bengals 5-3 in the middle of the pack. Parker Norling, there's a scrum in front of the net. It finds his tape and he beats the goalie, Cassin Rainier. Back of the net, another backhand goal for the Andover Huskies. It's like all this program does. That's 1-0. Garrett Shefsky on the power play. What a snipe there, makes it 2-0. No scoring in the second, on to the third. A drop pass, Mason Cotter makes it 3-0, buries the one-timer. Huskies in control. They're on the man advantage again. Look at this, just great passing, going around the horn. Eventually it finds Gavin Thorolson. He tips it in 4-0 on the short-handed goal, or the man advantage goal. Final 2 minutes of regulation. Blaine slips one by. They ruin the shutout. Landon Steifen, the sophomore, his 9th goal of the season. That's how this one finishes Andover with the victory 4-1. And you see the updated standings now. So Blaine drops to 5-4 in the middle of the pack. They're neck and neck with the Centennial Cougars, just 1 point behind them. Maple Grove and Andover lead the way, both 16 points. Maple Grove and Andover getting it done. Undefeated Crimson.
What we got coming up? Well, Spring Lake Park and Blaine, they will duel it out later this week while Centennial takes on Osseo, then a trip to Armstrong Cooper for the Blaine Bengals. Cougars are at Rogers with the long trip, and Spring Lake Park gets to tussle with the Coon Rapids Cardinals. You know, Rick, my grandfather-in-law just moved out of the state late last year, and he emailed me this week asking, all right, who's the dominant high school hockey programs? I'm pretty sure I should just tell him Andover, right? After seeing those two highlights on the boys and girls side?
Yeah, I mean, the Huskies, they just outskate everybody. And then, on the girls side, they have 5 Division I commits, and I think they've only allowed 2 goals this year, so their plus-minus is ridiculous.
That is 100% the answer on the girls side. And the boys, well, they're trying to lay claim to that, too. Well, we got some high school hoops to get to, certainly from last week, as we roll on an in-studio edition of Sports Den. Let's start with the boys. Park Center, Spring Lake Park at Spring Lake Park. This matchup, the Panthers had won 5 of their first 7, but we're trying to avoid back-to-back losses. Early on, Park Center, play inside out, feed the big man. James Parker, what a move. Look at that touch.
Ooh, soft hands.
Anybody can get to the front of the rim. You got to have some touch to finish like that. Well, maybe not anybody can get to the front of the rim. I can't. And then the Panther defense makes sure nobody can. Fitzray in front with the spin. Whirling Dervish got it done. How about the lob for Park Center? Jalen Cook off the finish, right off the Braden Carrington feed. Braden Carrington feeding on the defense. In transition, he's a D1 commit, headed to the next level. Panthers, though, not going away. Using the corner 3. It's the shortest one there, Rick. I know you know that. Trey Johnston covering all those NBA games. Trey Johnston with the triple for the Panthers. How about the kick out? Carrington again puts that one up, knocks it down. Caleb Skelly. Oh, Skelly. It can be scary inside. They got the lob to him, and he finishes over the top. Carrington, though, starts to take over. One dribble. Bang into the deep triple. Carrington more for the Park Center Pirates, here. Just a bad pass taken away, and Leo Torbor goes all the way and finishes for Park Center. They were down big at the half, played within 3 in the second half, courtesy of some of that. Nick Ojow, the big-time triple. Spring Lake Park staying tough despite some of the work on the inside from Park Center. The putback inside once again for Ray. It was close, but Park Center enough from Carrington and company to close there, the drive and finish. Don't blink or you'll miss it. This time from the right side, friendly bounce back and front of the rim. And then, why not? For good measure, take it length of the floor. Little find to Parker. Finish with the big man just like we started. 79-68. Park Center gets the win.
All right, as we look at the game summary.
All right, we'll do that too. 11-point game. Carrington with 32, Jalen Cook with 13, Torbor had 12, Fitzray with 20 points, Caleb Scully with 18. So that's just a good, high-flying, fun high school basketball. A lot of guys getting their points for Park Center. Just enough defense and a whole lot of Braden Carrington.
Yeah, it used to be a real good rivalry. I know
sure.
the stands would always be packed when the Pirates would take on the Panthers.
Lots of P's.
Yeah.
Pirates, Panthers.
Not bad. All right, let's go to the C's. Cardinals, the Cougars.
Nice.
Nice. Coon Rapids 1-2 in conference play this season. Hey, we got some super fans looking super. Ugly sweater party?
Ooh, super ugly sweater.
Yeah, super ugly sweater. All right, hey, feed me in the middle. Zach Frank the Tank. Power move, a little hook spin there. That gets the scoring going for Centennial. But Jordan Doe from the corner. You're going to hear his name a lot in these highlights.
Don't rate me.
Matthew Ellington gets the drop pass. There's a three-pointer from the top of the key. Cougars still hanging on. Reese Newdahl, nice inside move, gets the layup.
Knew it all the time.
He knew it all the way. Hey, here's Jordan Doe again. A little hesitation dribble. Okay, he's got the shooting touch. He can go to the basket and score. Later on in the first half, Armadi Henry, sweet reverse layup. It'd be 40-19 at the half. On to the second half. Tommy Palmstein from the corner. Yes, sir. Coon Rapids, they were kind of in control this whole way. Look at this block. Henry, again, stuffs it. And then they go the other way. Here it is. Kick out. Who's open in the corner? Jordan Doe. Another three-pointer. Cougars still fighting strong, though. Frank the Tank, after the steal, gets the and one. He finished the game with 13 points. But the Cardinals were too strong. Jordan Doe, another one. And he's posing after this one. This kid was insane. 21 points, led all scorers. Centennial's Luke Clark, a nice little floater. He had 12 points in the game, but it was all Coon Rapids. Elijah Smith gets the conversion and one. He finished with 12 points, 82-68, your final. So Coon Rapids taking care of business. See, Newdahl the whole way led the Cougars with 19 points, and Jordan Doe, man, impressive showing from him. Just how athletic is this Cardinal program? So too much to handle for Centennial that night.
For sure, they can get out and go, and they can get out and defend you too. So that's quite the combination for those Cardinals. A lot prettier than the sweaters, right? Let's look at the standings. Northwest Suburban Conference North dominated right now by Champlin Park, but just a slim margin over Andover and Blaine. Both sitting 4-2 in conference play, and Centennial at 1-5. Spring Lake Park right in the thick of the Northwest Suburban Conference West. They'd be in the thick of the overall as well, with the Tino Grace leading the West, followed by Osseo and Park Center.
Champlin Park always good.
Always
still on
good.
Top of the standings, even though they graduate and send kids off to college. Let's take a look at the schedules for our three boys programs. Blaine taking on Andover at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Then on Friday, Maple Grove. Back-to-back home games for the Cougars. They're on the road at Rogers, and they'll host Elk River on Friday. Panthers continue a nice little road stretch here at Armstrong on Wednesday, and then at TG, taking on Tino Grace Friday night hoops. So all three of our teams active this Friday. We'll probably be there. We'll probably be
somewhere.
Some of that.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, I was talking about us being here at all these games. I love when it's a Coon Rapids week, obviously, for our teams, because that means we can immediately double our highlights right there with the folks at CTN. So shout out for the footage for CTN. And why not? Let's do another one. Girls basketball time. Let's roll it right in.
Ladies hoops.
Absolutely. In the gym, Blaine at Coon Rapids. Bengals up and down a little bit. 1-4 of their first five. 3 of their first 5, rather, than back-to-back losses before they take that trip to Coon Rapids. Jade Bryant takes a trip inside then outside the three-point line. What do we call that, Rick? Little step back. Got it done. Rowan Tom with the answers. This is a tight 1-point ball game early in the first half. Share the ball. Lexi Imdeck, left wing. She can take over a game. Number 22 in white. Madison Haney, she can do the same thing. Those are a couple of good wing-type scorers that the Bengals have right there in Imdeck and Haney. Annika Schloman get it done, too, as it's raining inside the Coon Rapids Cardinals gym. Kate Syverson, she wants a little of that. There's one of those corner threes again. Knock it down.
Hey,
Cardinal
big
fans. Yeah, they like it. They like it. Second half, Imdeck. Yep, book it.
Nice.
Got it from the left wing. All right, they can do it outside. How about a little inside? Molly Garber to the rack finishes.
Fundamentals there.
Fundamentals. And you know what they are, Rick? Fundamentals are fun. Benny Kalala from the corner on the miss. Got it. Put it back up and in. And she did it again. Right side, Kalala just going to work. Somebody's got to box her out. You talk about fundamentals.
Man.
Kalala on the glass.
Strong right hand.
2 straight finishes inside. Coon Rapids, though, still down 10. They get a little closer inside of 2 minutes. Ella Giorgi, but to the free throw line. You hit your free throws late and you win games. Rick Palermo and Jay Bryant hit her free throws, 50-43. The win for the Bengals. Imdek with 14, Haney with 8, Garver with 9. A real balanced attack that they've got there for the Blaine Bengals. And 50-43, pick up the win over Coon Rapids.
Yeah, that gym just with less people in it just looks so big.
So big.
It's just giant, a lot of space there. But might be easier to make your shots.
You never know.
Isolate the rim. All right, let's go to our other side. The Panthers hosting Rogers. SLP looking for their 4th conference win this season. Boy, new uniforms this year, I'm pretty sure they look pretty sweet. All right, Rogers, Caitlin Majasi, that's a nice touch at the basket. The center getting things going, but hey, what about this center, Maddie Ngeni, in her senior season, little spin move hook shot. She's been working on that for the last 4 years, and she's been working on her shooting.
1,000-point scorer right there a couple weeks ago.
Very impressive. We've been watching her whole career. Emily Glass, there's a 3-pointer. Her only bucket of the game. Spring Lake Panthers, Michaela Thomas. Over traffic, in your face, doesn't matter. Corner 3's good. Rogers, Alex Fuller gets the fast break pass, and she will finish. Rogers,
Fuller to the house.
Fuller to the house. Full house there. Rogers making a run late in the first half. Megan Hain, and 1. SLP would lead 25-24 at the break. Here's Caitlin Macy. Another jumper. She finished with 10 points. Nice showing for the center. 10 points, 4 boards. Taylor Falvey for SLP after getting the steal. Nice move. Gets her only basket of the game. Macy Smith getting involved in the second half, and Genny gets the assist. That's an open 3. And yeah, Smith again threatens with the shot, goes in with a nice touch. Back and forth we go. Rogers, Mackenzie Mathias with the hook shot. They can score from inside the paint, that's for sure. Avery Dunbar, she's been quiet thus far, but now gets it going with a big 3-pointer from the wing. We're coming down to the wire, folks. Smith again.
You have fundamentals right there. That pass from Ngene.
Second half showing, yeah, Ngene leading the way with the assists. But Rogers fighting hard. Clara Glad with the shot. And a 3-pointer from Alex Fuller. Full house. They get within 2 points. Rogers gets a stop. They get a chance to tie the game here. Good defense from the Panthers, and that's the final buzzer. SLP holds on for a home win, 52-50.
White knuckle time there at the end.
Oh, man, getting scary. Rogers Royals, they were looking for their 2nd win of the season. Didn't get it. Panthers hold them off. Macy Smith leading the way, 19 points, real strong second half showing. Then Maddie Ngeni, 13 points, but added a lot in the assist column as well. And Spring Lake Park with an impressive home W.
Draws so much attention in there. Get that kick out, kids. That's what we're talking about. Fundamentals right there. Girls basketball standings, 6-0. What a shock. Centennial up top of the standings, 9-0.
Have they ever lost?
I don't know, man. I don't think so. You know, in the whole time I've been here,
impressive
seldom.
Stuff.
They're always at the top. Blaine 2-4, 4 and 5 overall. And Spring Lake Park, I mean, coming on strong of late, using those late careers of some of those players we were just talking about. 4-1, just behind Elk River and tied with Totino Grace.
Take a look at our schedules for the ladies' squads. Blaine, not at home this week. They're at Andover on Wednesday and at Maple Grove on Friday. Centennial taking on Rogers. We just saw Spring Lake Park beat Rogers. They got that on Wednesday, then at Elk River Friday. Panthers look to continue their winning ways. Look at this 3-game win streak. They got Armstrong for Wednesday, then TG on Friday, both at home. Let's see if the Panthers can make it 5+.
Those will be tough. And then on the road the week after that, but
yeah,
they're playing well.
Have you tried hooping lately? Have you been hooping since the pandemic, JW?
Like me, like specifically
like
playing?
Basketball hooping?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
Should we do it right now?
With a mask? Yeah, we can mask up and start hooping. I'm sure we got a net somewhere here in studio.
We can just pick out a dot back there, and that can be our, yeah. Anyway, all right, another thing I'm not going to do with you right now, wrestle.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we're not doing that. We definitely have space for that, and we don't even need a hoop. Well, that is not going to happen.
Let's not do that.
But we did have some wrestling. The Blaine Bengals part of a triangular with Coon Rapids and Woodbury last week. That's two pretty good wrestling programs in the state of Minnesota. Starts with Woodbury Bengals. Landon Lorch early on at 106 gets the pin. Gotta love it. That's a good place to start, picking up a pin. 113, let's do it again. Nathan Delaria picks up the pin. 126, though, it's a little bit tough for Woodbury. Number 4 ranking for Alex Braun at the 126, and he gets that one done with the pin. 138, Luke Studer. Back to it, though. Check that, that's 132. Will Bentz got the pin. Here at 138 is Luke Studer. Wow, what a reversal of fortune right there in just a second. Picks up the pin. That actually tied the match at 18 apiece. Eventually, tied at 30 to 182 we go. Alex Mancera for Woodbury gives a 6-point edge to Woodbury. To 195, Jack Brouillard. He's going to get it back. This is a bit of an upset over Ahmad Abdallah. And Brouillard with a big-time 6 points picked up there. We go to 220. Woodbury's Dennis Tolkien, don't blink. Much shorter than any Tolkien book you've ever seen. 42-36. Wow. With only the heavyweight division left, Woodbury took the lead. Xavier Powers needed a pin, but Thomas Mosenthing was able to avoid the pin and the decision not enough. And so Woodbury would edge the Bengals 42-39 in that sliver of the try. Well, there was still more action to be had. A little disappointing there is because obviously Powers was looking for that pin, didn't get it. 42-39. That's just how close we came. Coon Rapids still left for the Bengals. Same gym, same mats, same night. Coon Rapids and Blaine. We go to 126 where Cooper Larson gets the tech fall at 126.
He's dominating that match.
Yes. And that's a good start for Blaine. They were up 15-3. You go to 145. Carter Skradisky would pin Alex Carrick for Coon Rapids. And that narrows the gap to 3. And then at 152, number 5 in the state, Dallin Jones, gets the pin. And that sets Coon Rapids in the lead. And from there, things start to go their way. Little hiccup at 170 as the Bengals get back on the board, courtesy of Makai Hexum. Sounds like a wrestler. Yeah. Makai Hexum.
Sounds like a tough guy.
From the top rope, yeah. With the pin. And that narrows it to 30. It's a 24 apiece. But then at 195, we got some more top-ranked guys. 195, number 2 in the state at 195. Alex Kowalczyk gets the pin.
Oh, boy.
And all but seals things for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, that's not a good position to be in.
No, I don't know a lot about wrestling, Rick, but yeah, that's not going to be a one you want to be in. For 220, Riley Hargrave with the pin. And then Gavin Layton also got a pin at heavyweight, and that stretched it out there at the end. But a very close match in both of those tries. Blaine, they'll be at Armstrong, Centennial at Elk River in a try, and Irondale SLP at a try at STA. Is that St. Anthony?
I think. If STM, St. Mike's.
Yeah, they're missing the M.
We're both not from Minnesota.
Somebody's telling me
so
a T. St. Thomas Academy? There we go. St. Thomas Academy. That's the other STA. All right, we got to think South Metro and private schools. All right, cool. That's the wrestling schedules coming up for the next couple of weeks.
And we got gymnastics, too. Yeah. That's still going on. Blaine taking on CP, Champlain Park. We know that name. That's on Thursday. Wednesday, Centennial at Maple Grove Rogers. We're getting better here with the acronyms. And then Spring Lake Park at Bloomington Jefferson, going south. That will be tomorrow, Tuesday. There's your upcoming gymnastic schedules.
Good stuff. Swimming and diving, this was Osseo and Centennial getting another win. Back-to-back wins for the Cougars after they got a win against Andover the week prior. Late, you look at the 200 free, Hunter Belting takes first. These relays for the Cougars all year, Rick, I've had the pleasure of being at all these. This is why I know this. I'm not just pulling it out of nowhere. The relays have been doing really well. Some of the top times in the conference, top 5, top 3s. The 200 medley takes first. Good time there. 200 free takes second. And this was a match, a meet rather, where you had a lot of guys swimming in a lot of new events and still putting up some good times, like Ben Lohr in the 50 free, Josh Ardahl in the 200 individual medley as well. Aiden Gillen has been a guy to watch this year, first in the butterfly, and the Cougars got the win overall in the meets, 89-74.
Oh, great showing for Centennial there.
Certainly been fun to watch. This is what the rest of our swim and dive teams have up as well. Champlain Park this week for Blaine, at Coon Rapids for Centennial, and home against Elk River for Spring Lake Park.
Yeah, so it's good to see all our teams are active and playing, and everybody's being safe and still getting to be involved and kind of do normal things a little bit.
Can't beat a sport where there's chlorine to disinfect anything in the water, right? Good stuff. All right, here's our North Metro TV upcoming schedule. Boys basketball and over at Blaine. What's today, the 15th? That's Wednesday. So a Wednesday hoop action, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with hockey and girls basketball, and then moving into next week. Go to northmetrotv.com, and you can see where everything is streamed and where everything is live. And also, most importantly, anything you miss, you can find that as well on demand at northmetrotv.com. Well, that'll do it.
Yeah,
my legs are tired.
It's good to be back.
I'm used to sitting.
Yeah, you know, I like the comfy desk.
I wonder if people could tell we were standing.
I don't know. You might have just given it away.
I guess.
It's all right, but, well, there's the TV magic for you.
Yep, that's right. I'm always pulling back the curtain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. All right. This week, don't forget, when you can, when you have a chance, when you can do so, go support your teams. Go Bengals.
Go Cougars.
And go Panthers.
All right. We got one. We're back in studio. It's good. It's good to be back.
It's good in the Red Room.
It's good. They only see us from the waist up, though. So,
that's right.
Yeah.